Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mosbone, and we have a lot of free agency stuff to talk about today. There's been a lot of signings, a few records being broken, and a bunch of trades that have been going on. It's my job to keep you guys posted, so let's get right into it. Just before we get started, I want you guys to know one thing. The reason I do this is because I enjoy talking about basketball, but also because I want to someday do this for a living. So if I somehow can inform you guys on one thing that you guys did not know about prior, it would mean a lot to me if you can just hit the like button or subscribe or do both. It's absolutely free, so it won't hurt you in any way, shape, or form, and I really do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get started.
I was good on my own, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. You was good on the low for a faded fuck.
So let's start off with the world champs. We already know they were able to sign Curry, Durant, Sean Livingston, all those guys, Iguodala. They were able to do all that. They even got Nick Young. We talked about all this in the past though. So if you missed any of that stuff, you can always go back. It's in a playlist talking about basketball. Their latest signing was Zaza Pachulia, however, who they signed for 1 year, 3.5 mil. Now, you know the Eastern Conference champs have to counter that. A lot of people were saying they'd be able to get a Paul George, a Jimmy Butler, a Carmelo Anthony, or somebody to basically counteract that whole Kevin Durant to Golden State effect. Let's just say they signed somebody for 2.3 mil, and his name is Jeff Green. Along with Jeff Green, they signed a dude named Seti Usman. He's actually a Turkish player who just signed a 3-year deal for $8.3 million. From here, we'll talk about Jamal Crawford, who is reported to be going to Cleveland. He is currently waiting for his buyout, but after that, he will be heading to Minnesota for a 2-year, $8.9 million deal. Jamal Crawford is on a mission to play for every team in the NBA. Dirk is obviously staying in Dallas, which actually makes him one of 2 players to have played 20 years plus on the same team. Kobe Bryant did it last year when he completed his 20th season as a Laker, and Dirk will be the next person to do so. I'm upset because Tim Duncan had 19 seasons as a Spur, and all he needed was one more, but he retired a year early. Let's talk about one trade right now, and that was basically the Nets and Raptors deal. As a Nets fan, I feel like we kind of cheated Toronto, but a lot of Toronto fans were saying that this deal works out for them too. The Raptors gave up DeMarre Carroll, a future first-round pick, and a 2nd-round pick, and in return, the Nets are shipping out Justin Hamilton. Toronto was actually involved in a second trade, which was with Indiana. The Raptors gave up Corey Joseph and acquired TJ Miles, or since TJ is now heading to Toronto, maybe his name is TJ Kilometers, but I read that on Twitter. I thought it was pretty funny. The Brooklyn Nets had reportedly given Otto Porter a max deal, but the Washington Wizards matched it. So now Otto Porter is actually the highest paid Wizard in the organization at this moment, which means he makes more money than Bradley Beal and John Wall. John Wall was pretty upset because he did go ahead and say there's a difference between a star player and a role player. I think that's kind of a cheap shot at the organization as well as Otto Porter, but he has the right to say that. Shelvin Mack, who I'm honestly not too sure whether he plays on Atlanta or Utah at the moment. I apologize for that, but I don't follow you like that, Shelvin. Shelvin just signed a 2-year, $12 million deal to go play for Orlando. Enjoy the weather down there, fam. We all know that Utah has a vacancy now that Gordon Hayward is no longer there. So they did sign somebody for a 2-year, $10.5 million deal. And that man is my twin brother, Thabo Sefolosha. Good luck to you out there, Thabo. And then we also have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who is actually going to play in LA in the purple and gold for a 1-year, $18 million deal. Now, all these numbers sound pretty ridiculous. So I know every single person here has been waiting for me to talk about Houston. I apologize that took so long. Some of you guys may get a little upset right now. We'll start off by saying how James Harden got the biggest contract of NBA history. He signed a 4-year, $228 million with an extension. I don't honestly understand what that means like that. NBA contracts are pretty tricky. All I know is he has a $228 million NBA contract deal, as well as a $200 million Adidas deal. So if he's not cooking, I don't know what is. Now let's talk about what we've all been waiting for. And they actually posted the other day on Instagram a picture. There was this picture right here. He did delete it right after, but it does go to show you that something is up. Something's about to happen. Chris Paul also had an interview a couple of days ago when he made it to Houston, and he basically said that we are pushing for Melo. Now, what's just reported that the Houston Rockets and New York Knicks are actually almost into an agreement. They are both pushing for a trade that will benefit both sides. The Rockets actually don't don't have the money for it, so they do have to get rid of players. And that's why this trade is looking to be more than a 2-team trade. What that means is more teams are going to be involved. There's going to be pick swapping. There's going to be contracts being bought out. You can expect it to be a crazy package deal. When Carmelo was traded to New York from Denver, the Knicks pretty much gave up their whole team. I'm pretty sure the Rockets are going to end up giving up a lot as well. But the fact that other teams are involved, it's going to make it less impactful towards the Rockets. I plan to keep you guys updated as soon as the trade happens. I'm gonna try my best to be the first person to upload it. So like I said earlier, if you guys can please go ahead and subscribe, it would mean a lot. Leave any comments below of what you guys think I could do to improve, as well as what you guys think of what's going on in the NBA right now. And with that said, I will see you guys later. Ballin' out.
Thank you for watching Most Ball.
We're just running forward in the dark. You knew just what my soul needed.